Hi, Alyssa. Sorry, I was
Hi.
in the middle of another interview. So,
Just sorry, just 1 second. I'm trying to.
yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. So now, you give me a speech following what questions I just sent you. Okay.
Yes.
And
Okay.
if you want to add any more information, if you have
Um.
any other feeling about it, just tell me
Yes, I
all about it.
I do have something else. I do have something like added along towards the end. I think like just sort of like a follow up of how I see international students. Our community has been reacting to this news, and what are the things that we've been doing since we saw this news coming out this today.
Hmm. Okay. So now. You can just give me a speech of following all the questions I've sent you.
Okay.
I'm not gonna
Okay.
ask you. It's okay.
Okay. Sure.
Okay.
Um. Is this lighting and stuff okay?
Lighting.
It just like um background and stuff okay for you?
It's totally fine. Totally
Okay.
fine. Mm.
Okay. So my name is Alyssa Dewan. I am a rising senior at the University of Rochester. I am currently in the United States for the summer because I'm doing a internship for an American company, and one of the requirements is that they ask us to stay during the summer to work for them. And that's one of the reasons why I did not decide to go back to my home country, which is China, since the beginning of the pandemic. And when I just saw the news this afternoon, I was very confused of where this is coming from because I did not. This is the last thing I expect from the news today. Um, one of the things that on one of the things that really strikes me and a lot of other fellow international students the most is that we we were not for example for our school we are currently having our hybrid method for our fall semester means that we are going to have partially online and partially in person. For me, since our school has given us the choice of whether to choose in person or online, I was originally decided to do all my classes online, even though I'm currently in the United States, because I don't want to risk any chances of getting the coronavirus if I go to class in person. But since the news came out, which means that for our international student, we do not have a choice anymore, even for our schools that does offer this kind of hybrid system, while our fellow United States students could still have the choice, which just doesn't seem fair for us at all. This is first. And then the second is that for now, we're still not really sure of how this regulation would play into our play in the role in our daily life. For example, from the current document, it says that for the school that currently offer a hybrid system, there is a minimum requirement of the classes that they have to take online and in person, but they did not specify the number of hours that they need to take in person. So I think the first thing that international students can do is to first to really speak out for ourselves, speak out for our right in the United States because we pay the same amount of tuition as our domestic students, and we want to request the same kind of right that we have, which is to stay in the United States and to take our online classes if that's necessary. Another thing, so I'm currently seeing a lot of people from my community, from the international student community, are currently circulate the petition that they just created against this kind of against this current policy to let the school and the government to be aware of the injustice situation that's currently going on. And I think for the school, one thing that it can help us is that because the minimum requirement of the in-person classes had not been specified yet, they can work with the government to first specify that, and then trying to make sure if there are international students who cannot going back to their home country, maybe trying to find a way to have smaller in-person classes just for the international students, so that if they can't get back, they still have a way to stay in the United States. And the last resolution is for us is to going back to our home country. For me, I am a Chinese citizen, and since the beginning of the pandemic, China has really cutting short of the flights flying between the United States and China. So for me, it's really hard to find a ticket first, and then for all the tickets that's available in the market, it's really expensive. For some of my friends that they bought a ticket, they bought it for $3,000 or even higher, which I think the price is totally very unreasonable for our students. If at the end we have to go back to our home country, I think the first thing that both our home country and the United States need to work on is to increase the amount of airplane flying between the countries, and then to lower the price of airplane tickets. And then the next thing that they would need to work on is that trying to find a solution to help. Sorry, trying to find a solution to help our international students and to have a safe ride back home, because we seen that airport is one of the really dangerous place to catch the virus because of the high population density. And I think it's very important for the two countries to provide a really safe coronavirus, really to provide a really safe environment for our students to fly back.
Okay. Thank you so much, Alyssa.
Thank you so much for having me.
It will be tomorrow morning in the U.S. when the news will be on air. Do you want to watch it?
Oh, wow. That's so exciting. Oh my god.
Okay, I'll text you when it is about to be on air. Okay, if you in case you want to watch it.
Okay, I'll definitely text Jenny to record it for me if I can find it.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Bye bye.
Have a great day.
Yeah.
Bye.
Take care. Take care.